Okay, that's
The
kind
Will
of
Bailey
fair.
of Voltron. He's from West Wing.
Okay. It's
Quite the crossover
exemplified.
fandom right there.
Yep.
It's exemplified, I think. You've seen this, so I could spoil it. There's big villain, Sendak. And
Yeah.
Shiro, he's like Shiro's main rival, because like they interacted early on, and like Sendak got in his head in a big way, and is like one of those like, we're not so different, you and I. And she was like big doubt.
Keep going?
Yep.
Cool.
You'll know. So they're fighting like all over. They're like on top of a crashing spaceship, and they're fighting all over it up. And it's been established that Shiro is like one of the most badass characters in the universe.
Oh, good.
He like survived as a gladiator for years amongst like aliens and all this stuff.
Pretty
And
rad.
like he and Sendak are perfectly matched, and this battle is raging on, and you're like, oh, how's Shiro gonna get out of this one?
Right.
And then they crash, and Shiro's unconscious, and Sendak's approaching, and you're like, oh no, how's Shiro gonna get out of this one? And then Keith plummets from the sky and kills Sendak in one blow. I'm not even kidding. He shows up in his own spaceship, leaps out of it, and cuts him to death.
Good.
Oh, I love Shiro so much.
In other news about white versus Japanese politics in
Oh boy.
shows that are,
Oh dear.
well, one is an anime and the other is Voltron. Not, well, actually, it could be problematic depending on who you ask. Code Geass directly deals with that, and it's interesting. And my favorite character is Japanese, even though the internet at large thinks he's a race traitor
Oh.
and also a Nazi.
Oh, good.
Because apparently good intentions mean you're the worst character to ever exist.
That's true, actually.
Is this
Actually.
Like, people literally say, like, it's clear he has super noble intentions, and everyone's like, how dare he? How dare he stoop so low to try and come up with an ideal solution to the problem? Anyway, Suzaku did nothing wrong. And the main character's white, and is like, I'm gonna go liberate Japan.
Oh.
And everyone's
Good.
like,
Oh.
yeah, you go, Lelouch.
Oh,
That's not problematic at all.
Lelouch is white?
Oh, yeah.
That's what.
Oh boy.
They just see the black hair and they go, oh.
Yeah, but him
Asian.
being white, him being white is literally integral to the plot at some
Really?
points. I'm not kidding.
Oh boy.
I think some people care about black. How is it integral to the plot?
Can I give a slight spoiler that is revealed in episode 2?
Yes.
He
Don't think I'm
is
going to watch Code Geass.
Part of the royal family of Britannia.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh.
that's pretty.
Okay.
We're doing great.
That makes sense.
Oh no. This is getting
What if I just walk up?
It turned out fine.
Yay.
Oh. Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Actually, I could. It's not a spoiler. I'll just set up the basics of Code Geass. Lelouch is an outcast of the royal family, and Britain has colonized Japan, as well as much
great.
of the rest of the world.
Sure.
As opposed to real history.
Yeah. Well, this is like in the future. Actually, I believe it's set in an alternate universe where America lost the Revolutionary War.
Oh, interesting.
You're right. Even though that's never actually addressed.
Cool.
Like, I just read that on the wiki page. I'm like, that okay, cool.
If you say so.
And yeah, Lelouch is the son of the former Japanese prime minister who got dethroned when Britain came in.
Wait, he's the
So he is-
son.
No,
of
sorry. Suzaku is the son of the Japanese
Is
prime
he your
minister.
favorite character?
Yes. Lelouch is the son of the Emperor of Britannia. But he's outcast, and he's secretly, like, people don't know at first. And he's like, I'm gonna start about evolution, not just to, like, he says it's to liberate the Japanese people, but also, like, his dad killed his mom.
Oh.
And, like, it's very clear that that's also a very big underlying motivation for him.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
So he's like, I just want to screw with the Britannian Empire because
Great.
my dad killed my mom. But also, I'm totally doing it to save Japan. That's definitely the main reason, though.
Yeah.
And Suzaku's like, so my plan is I'm going to go be a soldier in the Britannian Empire. I'm a really good soldier. I'm really good at fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go be a soldier in the Britannian Empire, gain their trust, get to be like a big general, and that way I can help Japan like from the inside. And like I'll be in a position of power and I'll be able to change things for the better.
And everyone's like,
how dare he? How dare he try to do things in an ideal way that doesn't resort to violence immediately? How disgusting.
Race traitor indeed.
There's
perfect terminology.
There's like more details that complicate both sides of Lelouch and Suzaku, but that's like the setup, and from the setup, people are like, Suzaku is a horrible monster.
Cool.
Whoa, a horrible one. Does he do anything horrible?
He fights on the side of the Empire, and is thus a monster. Despite the fact that 60% of the cast is on the Britannian side, and pretty much all of them get redeeming arcs as it goes on. But Suzaku is unforgivable because he's Japanese and is on the Empire side.
Clearly.
That's why it's bad. And Lelouch never does anything wrong.
Oh.
Should also clarify, this is also episode 1.
Oh.
Also gets a mind control power and uses it liberally to get his way.
Oh,
Yes.
see, I've heard about that, and
everyone's
Lelouch's, let's say, quirky way of doing things.
An interesting way to put it. Yeah. And everyone's like, he's totally justified in doing that because he's doing it to save Japan.
When you think about it,
He also,
you really tighten up that thinking cap.
Yep.
You're right.
Yep. Also, Suzaku saves Lelouch's life in the first episode because he's on the inside and he has the power to do that. Like, there are a bunch of soldiers that are about to kill Lelouch, and one of them takes his helmet off and is like, hey, Lelouch, my best friend from school. You're cool. We're not going to kill you. So Lelouch would literally be dead in the first episode if Suzaku hadn't joined the Imperial Army.
Oh boy. Sounds like everyone's very rational. Oh, hi. Hello there. Come here often. Do not seduce the wizard. Watch me.
Oh boy.
We're doing great.
Shoot the skulls right now.
Okay. Anyways, Code Geass was not on the talking points, but I
But it
need
is now.
to discuss that. Oh, are they secretly enemy skulls?
Yeah. And they're just annoying when they start flying a boot when you're trying to chuck bombs, so.
I see.
A boot.
I guess besides these things we've brought up, do you enjoy Code Geass?
It's pretty good. The thing is, it's the same thing with Death Note, where I understand why a bunch of middle and high schoolers were like, Lelouch is the coolest. But when you're a mature adult, you're like, Lelouch is the worst. Much like with Death Note, L is great. Light is the worst.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, ooh, edgy.
But L is so cool.
It's actually
LGT.
very directly similar because both of them receive a super powerful ability in the first episode and decide, I'm going to use this power to do what I think is right, except I will also kill anyone who gets in my way of doing what I think is right.
Terrific. So, yeah.
Sorry. It's important. Why would you give a hologram an actual sword? No. Nothing.
Is that from JoJo?
Why couldn't you just... No. Although they're very similar shows.
You know...
Wait, give the what?
Why would you give a hologram that...
confidence
Why
in
would you have a
herself.
training hologram a real sword when you can just give them a hologram sword?
That wouldn't do.
Why not?
What
This
show
is-
is this?
There's no danger. This girl was very confident.
This is-
That guy just took out his gun. Now.
Don't think I have a fairy.
No, you only have soup.
Didn't think that would do 2 hearts worth of damage.
That was a lot of damage.
So, when I hit the continue screen, where are we going to be at?
It's a great question.
Would I like to save?
Yeah, because you've gotten a couple of charts.
Fair. Because if it's like Twilight Princess... Yeah!
With 3 hearts.
Well, I would... Well, actually, we have infinite soup.
Do you want to go get a bottle and another fairy?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like that. Okay.
Yep, soup.
Grandma soup.
I'm at soup.
No, when we said grandma, we were not referring to
Store.
you.
Why are you buying clothes?
The running
at
joke
the
is she
soup
is a
store?
grandma and I'm an old man.
Appropriate.
Oh wait, I should drink the soup.
Yeah. Giraffe. I have so much to say about Voltron.
Jeez.
Oh.
Oh, it was halfway. Oh, oops. I didn't realize there were 2 sittings.
Yeah, she's. Actually, I think it probably will say it again once you speak to her.
Oh, right.
Aren't you hungry? You're such a
I guess what else could you say about your feelings without explicit?
It's so difficult. It's filled it so full. There's 2 helpings.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
She
I
was
would have
pissed.
drunken it earlier if I remembered that.
Did they do Hagar justice as the Mulan?
The whole villain shuffleboard game, just how villains keep switching, I just don't. I think it's handled kind of sloppily before the end of the show.
Yeah, that was one of my gripes with season 7. How you have Lotor, and then you sort of don't really have you have Sendak, but
Yeah. What do you? Yeah. Nope. Are you trying to warp?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, they do fine with it. I just don't think it was set up well.
Yeah.
Here?
Where are you trying to go?
Get a bottle.
Go bottom right.
Oh. I could also get the wallet, though, could I not?
Yes, but if you warp into Mother and Child Isles, then you're gonna be, that's where you got the fire and ice arrows.
But isn't that where I got that's the fairy gave those to me, right?
Yeah, but when you warp there, you warp inside the thing.
But Tingle said to go talk to the fairy. Did he not?
Yeah,
He said-
the wallet, right?
Or you just say go to where the fairy is?
There's another fairy.
Let's just go to the bottle. Anyways,
Yeah, and then head north from there. And you should run into the quadrant.
oh, also another note on Code Geass. Probably one of the worst example. It didn't bother me, but one of the worst examples of these characters are totally teenagers in high school. Which they're shown at high school very often, but it's incredibly stupid to believe that they have a full student life while also doing all of the other things they do.
Fair.
can't really run a revolution and still go to high school during the day.
Yeah, that sounds
Just in the middle of math
I love
exam.
Animorphs.
Animorph.
Oh, wait, you were that was on the talking
Horrible.
points at one point, but I don't think you were here
Horrible.
for it.
Did you read them as a youth? Did they scar you?
They're a little weird.
They're-
The thing
yeah.
the thing that always made me freak out a little bit was the flip book.
Oh, yeah.
Just like
Oh.
how it slowly turned from human to
Oh, I
animal.
love that. That was the only part I read because my brother actually read them, and
Mhm.
that was the only part I looked at.
The only
Um,
parts I looked at were the covers.
Sorry, what am I
Because they
doing?
creep me out.
Head directly north.
Okay.
Truly one of the best cases of don't judge a book by its cover. Because it turns, like, yeah, there's a like chunk of books that you're just like, okay, this is silliness.
I hear it gets super dark.
Yeah, it's like, by the end of the series, like, I'm going to spoil Animorphs.
It's fine.
Oh, no. You're okay
Oh
with that.
no. It starts out and you're like, here's 5 teens, and then one alien teen shows up a couple books later. And here's 6 teens, and they're gonna save the world with their animal powers. By the end of the book, their leader, head for those.
That thing.
No, to your left. I believe that's it. Nope.
This little thing.
Yeah.
Wait, this
That-
little tiny
Yeah.
boat
Yep.
thing.
Yep. You need the submarine.
Oh right, you said it was submarines. Right.
By the end of the book, their leader has to order his cousin to kill his mind-controlled brother, and then she dies as well. So one of the main characters is dead.
Oh.
The love interest couple that's been set up, no,
I just want to see what's
Fair.
happening over here.
the love interest couple that's been set up through
Is
the
he
entire
sleeping?
series,
Oh, he's got a telescope.
yeah, falls apart because one of them committed war crimes.
Good.
Yeah.
That'll.
So they're, like, not speaking. One of them is trapped as a bird and lives in the woods. Like, they all have severe PTSD.
I believe that somehow.
Yeah.
That's a yikes.
It's a big, it turns into, hey, we're child soldiers. Cool. In one of the stupider looking books, it has a pretty blonde girl turning into a starfish on the cover, and you're like, what japes and jokes? In that one, Rachel beats an alien to death with her own severed arm.
Oh my god.
What? She turns into a bear, and she gets her arm sliced off, and she picks it up, and she uses it to beat aliens to death.
As bears are wont to do.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, like, literally, Rachel's main, like,
Ratatouille.
Marcel! Rachel's main focus of the series is, I've gone to war and I like it, holy shit, I'm a monster. And, like, their leader knows this and exploits it.
Good.
It's like, there's a thing that we don't want to do to get our hands dirty. Rachel, go do it. And she's like, yep.
That leader's name was Lelouch Lantern. What's with that guy and his telescope?
It's just chilling.
He's just there?
Hmm.
Okay.
Just
Um,
a casual bystander.
Well, he was sleeping like a monster. Should I look for other charts since we're out and about and I don't really want to go through 30 floors again?
Fair.
Like, I know I will have to at some
Yeah.
point, but for now, let's
Yeah.
vary it up a little bit.
I'm also going to the bathroom. I should make dinner.
All right, to the right and to the left.
To the right, to the right, to the right.
That one. That's the one where it's the music we're doing right now.
Correct.
Precisely. Also, Suzaku Pilot's the best nightmare.
Nightmare?
Nightmare's what they call the mechas in Code Geass.
See, I didn't even know that they had mechas until you mentioned it
Mm-hmm.
about Geass.
And it's not nightmare like ooh spooky. It's night like
Like a knight.
Yeah, like rides a horse knight.
That's cool.
Yeah, nightmares.
Are they horses?
No.
Cookie has
Horse
a lot of
mechas.
stuff.
Code Geass has a lot.
Together.
Yeah. Phone's popular today. Surely there's other stuff to talk about. Yeah, like most people's favorite characters have all worked for the Empire at some point. But Suzaku. Oof. What a horrible monster.
See, I would like to hear your opinion on this because another one of the few things I've heard about Lelouch is it's like, oh, in the end, he was doing this all on purpose for the good of everything. How true is...
Okay, I can't talk about this without spoiling literally the final scene.
Oh, okay.
But
I love me and Voltron. Literally, the last shot of the show is the one I'm most angry about.
oh well, no, I'm
Oh.
actually I'll have to ask the goal, and that's all the info I
I
got.
want to know.
Wait, actually, yeah, the last scene in the last shot of Code Geass is also one that makes me frustrated. Not angry, but frustrated. Regardless, the last, second to last scene, or maybe there's like a montage at the very, very end, but, I hated Lelouch for almost the entire show,
Yeah.
except for the second to last scene.
Mm.
But it doesn't
It doesn't redeem.
yeah, people say it redeems it, but those are the people who have been cheering for Lelouch the whole time.
Gotcha. So now they have an excuse
Yes.
that they can try. But
Yeah, no.
do you think the show portrays it as if they're trying to make him...
I don't know.
I hate
Because-
that. I hate
Because
that.
I've watched shows where they have that kind of like edgy,
Death Note.
like a Death Note, like a light character, I guess like a Lelouch character, but it's clear from the writing that no, you're not supposed to like this person even if like they're kind of your protagonist.
There are several shots where Lelouch gains a certain amount of power, like he takes over like an outpost or something,
Yeah.
and laughs maniacally.
Seems legit.
But a lot of fans are like, yeah, I would too. So
Oh no!
I really-
This is much worse.
I really don't know what to make of certain things that happen in Code Geass.
Okay.
I think you are not supposed to cheer for him.
Gotcha.
I think it's a Death Note situation where you're supposed to be tricked into cheering for him, and then by the end you realize, oh no. But much like Death Note, a lot of fans are like, no, he was always justified and great and awesome. This doesn't seem high enough to do anything. Thoughts?
I don't know.
Maybe I need more magic.
Where are you?
The Thorned Fairy Island.
Ah.
Great.
So.
That's a good sign.
Oh, I have to talk to a goal. He said something about that.
Yeah. Nope. You remember those pears you bought?
Yes.
Experience Ahoy pear.
Is it an experience?
It's fun. Yum.
Oh.
You are a seagull now.
Hello.
What?
And he's still doing the control thing with his arms, Link is.
Yes, he is.
Great job, Link.
Incredible.
It's my favorite game.
That looks like a gong.
What do I do with the...
Like,
Do I do
grab
anything
it.
with this?
Grab it.
I'm trying. Oh no, a bird. Oh, I pressed the thing.
Run.
Wait, is this goal gonna get eaten by this bird?
Are you gonna kill the goal?
I'm not trying to.
Good job. Follow it. That's a great
Oh wait,
idea.
I can fly.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I just had to angle myself upwards. But in fact, I can flap. I did not realize I could fly.
I love Flappy Bird.
I love Skyward Sword. Oh no, my goal is dead.
So
You
this
do have
part,
a boy
you
pair.
can do it without killing the birds, but it's easier if you just snipe them with your bow as Link. But it's just.
Oh, also they're coming to kill me anyways, so
Okay.
There
Okay,
she
you
comes.
can't afford that too late. That always works.
I didn't mean to, but it has now happened. And I've stolen all their feathers. Anyways. Boop. No, I already got that one. I assume when I turn them yellow it means that, yeah. We're gonna go dive bombing for that last one. Oh, I missed.
I thought of another Voltron thing I can say without
Boy.
spoiling, because it's been like throughout the show.
Do it.
Yeah.
As an example of wasted potential. So if you set up a character who's the goofy comic relief.
Yeah?
Like Hunk.
No, Lance
No.
actually.
Oh, Lance.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's a goofy comic relief.
Yeah.
And
Oh wait, you're talking as in Lint.
yes.
Oh,
He's
I thought
like-
you were talking about Gron.
Well, there's
Right.
stuff I can't say about that. But
Oh. Oh.
but then you show he's secretly quite insecure and he's not sure of his place on the team. He's like, all I am is the goofy comic relief and I hate it. And you're like, oh,
So, Sokka?
yep. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, a good character setup. I hope they do something with it. And they decide to continue making him the butt of jokes for 8 seasons. They never do anything. And literally, at one
He's safe.
point, they're like, he's in a random training session, and he's like training with his magical gun, and then it turns into a magical sword. And Alora is like, you've unlocked an Altean broadsword. This is an ancient weapon. Never mentioned again!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm glad to see he's shortchanged through all the 8 seasons and
Oh.
not just the first couple.
No, it doesn't change.
You didn't like the first seasons?
The moment that Keith, I've never liked Keith, and the moment that Keith like took over as partial leader, I had to stop watching because it made me too angry,
Oh.
and it gave me too much bitter reminders of Sasuke, who
Did something just happen in the anime because there's a new
The
meme
Sasuke
going around
meme with
of
the
Sasuke getting
choking?
choked out?
I don't know.
But you might get enjoyment out of it.
I've read the mangas, but like the thing is, Sasuke was never supposed to exist in Naruto at all.
What?
Wait,
Yeah.
in terms of like,
Kishimoto Sensei never actually intended to have him in there. The
Okay.
editors forced him to put a character that was like Naruto's rival
Oh.
inside the whole story. That's why his whole arc is so screwy and weird and jumbled up.
I've only
Because he's like, we'll see
I've
where this
read-
goes.
I've read basically up until the time jump,
Yeah.
up until when it would in the show become a Shippuden.
Okay. Yeah. You don't need to read any further.
Okay.
You can just like read the ending and look at the story. But it's frustrating because Naruto was never supposed to be like here's your main rival that you must fight against shonen kind of battle manga. It was like a series of rivals that he would eventually win over. Like you still see that
Yeah.
in the episodes. But like but because of like a dumb editing move, we had a totally irrelevant character that was really annoying.
Sometimes
It's
editors
annoying.
have made things for the better.
Yes, but this was not one. of those
There is
moments.
one because it's not a spoiler because
it didn't happen.
It didn't happen
I think I know what you're gonna say.
with Attack on Titan.
Wasn't like, I forget exactly who, but I'm just gonna guess Sasha because she's a precious cinnamon roll. Wasn't Sasha supposed to die like super early
Right,
on?
like in that her single episode where she's like,
Oh yeah, she was supposed to die at the end of that, wasn't she?
yeah, she
That's
was
what it was.
originally supposed to die at the end of that, and then the editor sat in his bathroom and cried, and then Isayama was like,
Okay.
I actually, you know what, we're not gonna do that. Yes.
I can talk about another thing that makes me really angry.
Continue.
Oh, here we go. This is something that we can get all the way into.